Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. We are in Gyaneshwari, chapter 18, that is Bhagavad Gita, commentary by Gyaneshwar Maharaj, and chapter 18, verse number 55. Bhaktya mam abhijanati yavan yaschasmi tattvataha tato mam tattvato jnatva vishate tadanantaram. And this is so this verse we were looking at, and here the Lord is saying that through devotion he knows me truly who I am and how great. Then having known me in essence, he forthwith enters into the Supreme. How to enter the Supreme? Come and attend the retreat. It's an entryless entry. It's not entry like you entered into this house. So, that's what we are expounding here. We are in OV number 155. So here he said, what? I respond to his calls, but there the one who says or calls is also myself. If the speaker is also myself, then no conversation is possible, and so his silence amounts to praising me. So when he calls me and I respond to his call, his calling and praising me is affected through silence. Dakshinamurti's silence. Whatever the devotee sees with his vision or intellect, that seeing does not show him any visible object but his own self. And this is where our problem is. Our issue is that we think, what we think, that I am a seeker, good thinking, that I am desirous of liberation, good contemplation. Once having realized, once having merged with the source, with the self, then what will happen? Then will I see the world? Then will I see my children and husband and wife and parents? Will I see the variety that the world is? Will I see?
Yes.
No. This is where the issue is. Eyes see. Listen attentively. Eyes will perceive, senses will perceive, but there is no knower of the perception. So eyes are not intelligent principle, body is not intelligent principle, mind is not intelligent principle. Then what are they? They are inert. Inert means jad. Yes, in that jad, this is gross and mind is subtle, that's all. But they are inert. Inert means that which is changing. That inert means that which has got no intelligence. Inert means that which is subject to time, space and objectivity. Inert means that which is ephemeral, temporary, finite. How many more words we can use? So perception is happening where? But once you are realized, will you perceive? You are not there anymore. Once the wave has merged into the waters, what was the world of the wave? Oh, poor me, the tsunami is coming to eat me up. Why all others are pushing me to the shore? I don't want to die. I think they are competing with me. See, she has taken the same shape as mine. Each wave saying. But once the wave realizes that it is water, what is its nature now? Infinite, isn't it? And what is the disposition of infinite? It's not opposing appearance and disappearance of waves, but it is not owning any form. It is not owning the variety because it is all pervasive. See, this is the beauty. So, to think that after realization, after abidance, after being the self, to continue to maintain the duality of the world is not the right approach. That is happening after meditation for us. We are seeking a meditation whereafter there is a homogeneous experience. What is homogeneous experience?
All inclusive.
This will go into a bit detail from tomorrow, tomorrow or Saturday. But what is it? In dream, you are dreaming. In dream, you are the dreamer. But you are dreaming it as a waking experience. You are dreaming it. It's real for you. As the dreamer, it's real for you. You don't know you are the dreamer. Huh? And you take it so much real. But when you wake up, then what happens? You know that there was a dream. It was an imagination. And you know that there was a dreamer. So which means you are other than the dreamer and the dream experience and the dream world. Isn't it? All the three were there. Then who are you other than those three? Are you giving them any value? Zero. Do you think about them? No. Same thing will happen with regards to the waking also. Because according to Mandukya Upanishad, there is only one dream experience, which appears as waking and dream. Actually, waking experience is also a dream experience only. So here, Lord Krishna is saying that there is no communication possible. And our Dakshinamurti, which we are going to take, he is the representative, or he is the teacher. And how is he teaching? Through silence. Is that silence against speaking? No. Is that silent against not speaking? No. See? So when he calls me, then from absolute point, from absolute disposition, there is no phenomena possible. From absolute position, there is no creation possible. From water's point of view, there is no wave or ocean possible. From gold's point of view, there is no ornament possible. From the self, absolute self point of view, there is no world to be perceived. There is no world. The phenomena itself is not there. Phenomena itself is not there. But then we are seeing realized masters walking around in this world. Now this is for us. This is not for the realized master. This explanation that I am going to take, or Krishna Bhagavan is giving here, is for us who still feel there is a world. We see a realized master walking around. So how is he? The Lord says, I alone express as the divinity, I alone express as the Ishvara, through him and function. Because you are seeing, you are perceiving the body. But is the master perceiving the body? Body is there, but there is no owner of the body. There is no one to say, this is my body. This equation is missing there. And in this manner, he says that I respond to his call, and what is that? So when he calls me and I respond to his call, meaning you as a seeker, or you call out to the divine, you are urgently mumukshutvam, you are, everything is sorted. So you are going to Dakshinamurti Stotram now. Everything is sorted, nothing more to be sorted. You are ready to dive. Once you dive into sleep, is there anything to sort afterwards? Nothing to be sorted. It's homogeneous bliss. So same way, but it is unconscious bliss. Here it is conscious bliss. You are aware. You are conscious. You are conscious of what? You are aware of what?
The self.
Of yourself, of the self. How you are conscious of yourself? Without a thought, without an experience, without duality, without a sense of otherness, no objectivity. See, खड़े हो गए बाल. Huh? So when that happens, so when he calls, when you call as a seeker, you call, Bhagwan says, or that because Bhagwan has taken the position of the absolute, or as the Ishvara, he says, I respond, meaning the self responds. And then I respond to his call. His calling and praising me is effected through silence. And how does he call me? If he calls through words, meaning thoughts, thinking, duality is still there. So he takes the prompt of the thought, and goes into silence. Vaikhari, Madhyama, Pashyanti, Para. Para is silence. Can you reach Para because you decide? You can't even go from gross speech to subtle speech by your will. You cannot. It only goes when purification happens. When integration happens, then alone the migration begins. So when you are, and that is directly proportional to your focus, your availability, your surrender, your faith, your devotion, and we will dive in. And as we are being pulled in, eventually the knowledge also appears and we become silent, realizing that, hey, I am the one. Why am I asking to realize myself? I am already that. And I am already that. So I am that Nisargadatta Maharaj, isn't it? But after saying I am that, I don't have to keep saying I am that. It's silence. So here he says, when I respond, there is only silence, and he praises me through silence. He remembers me through silence. It's a language. Actually, nothing is happening, yet everything is happening. See? And is affected through silence. Whatever the devotee sees with his vision or intellect, that seeing does not show him any visible object but his own self. So wherever the water looks, what does it see? Only water. It does not see wave or ocean. Wherever the gold sees, what does it see? Only gold. It does not see ornaments. ये सोचने वाली बात है. When we see, what do we see? I am fat, I am thin, I am old, I am unhealthy, I am healthy, I am hungry, I am thirsty. So where does all this begin from? From considering that I am the body, I am the breath, I am the mind, I am the intellect. Okay? So we are seeing specificity. Till we are seeing specificity, specificity is the result of duality. Specificity is the result of duality. Until then, we cannot know the self. For knowing the self, you have to take the position that the waker has taken. That he knows the dreamer also and he knows the dream also. And the dream experience. All zero. Have we taken a position where the waker, the waking experience and the waking world is zero? For that, we understand. But why are we not able to abide or have direct experience of it? Because of disintegration of our personality. It needs to be integrated. And that integration happens through contemplation on the self, like you are contemplating with open eye right now. Or other times, Vaikhari Madhyama Pashyanti Para. Keep the integration happens it does not happen by thinking. You are thinking right now. Then integration happens through devotion. It happens through devotion. Where you are ready to let go of who you are. You are ready to surrender. So here he says that whatever the devotee sees with his vision or intellect, that seeing does not show him any visible object. So just as we took the example of gold and water, similarly, the realized master, what does he see? He sees, he is seeing without seeing. He is not considering, I am only this eye, I am only this body, I am only this sense. He is not thinking that. Because who thinks? We say, I am thinking, I am speaking, I am talking. But in Mahatma, who is thinking? Mind is thinking. In us also, mind is thinking. He has transcended that. Equipment will do what they are best at doing. Each one has its own job. But equipment is a product of phenomena. It is not the reality. Initial stages, okay? This we have to understand. So, what is phenomena? Again, because we are in the last chapter, what is the phenomena? Answer?
That's present in its own absence.
Okay, no, in the sense, you are seeing the world as real. Then why are you not seeing it as divine? Why are you not seeing it as the self? So where is the issue here?
Because of individuality.
Yeah.
Because we are thinking.
What is the phenomena? Is the world the phenomena, or the name and form is the phenomena? Is water the phenomena, or is the wave which has a name and form the phenomena? Which one?
Name and form.
Wave.
Wave is the phenomena. Water is not the phenomena. Without water, phenomena cannot express. So what is phenomena in this world? Name and form is the phenomena. World is divine. You are divine, world is divine, Ishvara is divine. That one divinity alone is expressing as the three. So where's the question of any shortcoming there? But where's the shortcoming? In our identification, in our incomplete knowledge. And that knowledge has become complete in a master who has surrendered. And therefore, he wakes up to a new vision. Like you woke up from the dream to a new vision. That what? The dreamer, dream world and the dream experience was a phenomena. So you don't even give a second thought to it. You understand? Same thing will happen here. Same thing will happen here. Then how will I live? How will I survive? Who will put fire to my body when I die? Who will cook for me? Brahmarpanam Brahmavi Brahmagno Brahmanavatam. Brahmayuvatena Gantavyam Brahma Karma Samadhina. This is for us. But he is living it. He is living it. See. So now from 156th verse. हरिसया आधी जैसे देखते ची मुख दिसेय तयाचे देखणे तैसे मेळवी द्रष्टे दृश्य जाऊनिया द्रष्टे द्रष्टयासीची जय भेटे तै एकलेपणे न घटे द्रष्टेपणही तेथ स्वप्नीचिया प्रिया चेवोनी झोभो गेलिया ठाई जे दोन्ही न होनिया आपणची जैसे कादोही काष्टाचिये घृष्टी माझी वन्ही एक उठी तो दोन्ही हे भाष आटी आपणची होय नाना प्रतिबिंब हाती घेऊ गेलिया गभस्ती बिंबताही असती जाय जैसी. He says, just as the seeing agent sees the same face was there before he looked into the mirror. Now this is the first verse of the Dakshinamurti Stotram. Vishwam darpana drishyamana nagari tulyam nijantargatam. Vishwam darpana mana dishya nagari. Same thing. Just as the seeing agent sees the same face which was there before he looked into the mirror, so the seeing on the part of the seer makes him view himself. So what are you seeing? Yourself only in the mirror. What are you seeing? When you see yourself, how do you see yourself? You see yourself as of right now, student, teacher, speaker, listener. If the daughter comes in, suddenly the mother will come out. So you are always seeing yourself not as you are, but you are always seeing yourself as something that you are not. See? Just as the seeing agent sees the same face which was there before he looked into the mirror, so the seeing on the part of the seer makes him view himself. In the absence of an object to be seen, what the seeing agent sees is his own self. If there is no reflection, if there is no mirror, then what will you see? What will you see? Nothing. So then your vision has gone back to where? Gone back to the original. When you look at the reflection, you work on the original, because original was before the reflection came. The original remains even after the mirror has been taken away. Just because the reflection has gone, I have gone. If reflection is missing, I am missing. But is it not that we think this way? Why does a mother cry if a child is dead? Why the child cries when the parents are dead, or sick, or hurt, or accident? You feel, who is feeling the pain? Is the person feeling the pain? No. Who is feeling the pain? The role. The role is feeling the pain. So what is the understanding here? That nothing has happened. You are ever the same. Whether the roles come and go, you are always the same. But we are hooked on to the roles. Why we are hooked on to the roles? Because we are hooked on to the mirror. So where is the mirror for the son? The mother is the mirror. He has got identified with the mirror called mother, and therefore son has become more important. The wife and the husband, the wife has become identified with the husband and vice versa. So they are important and can't even imagine, can't even think of separation. Then with that comes society and a feeling of guilt and what will children say. But what will children say? I'm just taking the example here. What will children say? Who's thinking? The father or the mother, not the original. Not the original. What will the society say? Who's thinking? The one who has given validity. So he's Yahweh. Or okay. Suddenly it went and came back. Maybe he's telling, shut up man, stop talking. Huh? So if reflection goes away, you continue. Reflection is always with reference to something. So your reflection in the mirror is because of the mirror. If there is no mirror, there is no reflection. So father is because of the children, and so on. But if they are not there, does the person vanish? No. It is your experience. If you're sitting in the room and nobody is there and no thought of any child or relation or anything is coming, you are in silence, isn't it? Many times you have experienced that in your meditation also. There are no thoughts, there's nothing, no reference, nothing to refer to. Husband, wife, son, daughter, what are these? These are referential existences and they are temporary. Who is the original behind them, without whom these referential roles cannot happen? And if they are happening, where are they happening? They are happening on the mirror of the mind, isn't it? Because mind is subject and object. So if the subject is husband, the object is wife. So he has taken, and that is how it is going on there. So here the topic is, what he is saying is that if the reflection is not there, nobody feels that I am not there. You continue to be. The original continues to be. In this manner, in the absence of an object to be seen, what the seeing agent sees is his own self. Since there remains nothing but the seeing agent, the seeing has no locus. Since there remains nothing but the seeing agent, means the original is there. You are looking, but there is no mirror to reflect. So there is no location for you to associate with, to look. Because the mirror was there, you say, oh, there I am. And how do you see there? Completely inverted. Left ear is right ear is left ear, right eye is left eye, everything is opposite. But leave that away. See? So there is a location. But now there is nothing, mirror is not there. So there is no place to locate yourself as a reflection anywhere. So what has happened to the reflection? I don't know how he takes it. It has gone back to the source. Because reflecting medium is not there. So when we do Vaikhari Madhyama Pashyanti Para, the mind which was the reflection, where the subject-object duality was happening, that mirror itself we are destroying. We are bringing about the mind's self-destruction. We are not creating the destruction. We are making the mind think in such a way that it destroys, dissolves, whichever way you say. And don't you do that every night? Don't you do that every night? See how wonderful. These thoughts are not available in any books of the world except Vedanta. If you go to Udupi, they will not talk like this. Impossible. For them, Bhagwan is outside. Lord is outside. Self, what is the self? You go to Sankhyas, they will say, oh, there is Ishvara, Purusha and Prakriti. There is consciousness and there is matter. How can you say matter is not there? Then what will happen? No. They cannot think beyond that. And that when they say Purusha and Prakriti, they say there is one Purusha in every person. Meaning there is one water in every wave. Stupid conclusion. This is the yoga philosophy, if not understood properly. Majority of them teach this way only. Yoga is Sankhya. So we have to go to Kaivalya. Kaivalya is not one per person. Kaivalya is Kevala. Kaivalya is Kevala, the only one. Since there remains nothing but the seeing agent, the seeing has no locus, just as a person who sees his beloved in a dream and moves forward to embrace her and on waking up finds that he is alone, or as the fire which is ignited by the friction of two sticks burns both the pieces and remains only as fire. This is what we are doing to the mind also, through contemplation, through devotion. This is what we are trying to bring. First we generate the fire. Why? Through contemplation or japa. And then what happens? What does the fire do? Whatever the object through which the fire was invoked, it devours that only. Isn't it? Same thing happens when you come to Vedanta. Same thing happens when you come to japa. It will devour the mind. The mind, duality. It will devour the duality. It doesn't have to be a very fantastic experience. It doesn't have to bring kundalini and shaking and this, that. Do you go through any of this when you go to sleep? No outward experiences, no horripulations, no eyes rolled up, no tears coming. It's an effortless glide into oneness under the spell of Maya, ignorance. That's all. But you know how to effortlessly glide. Our point is this. You know how to effortlessly glide and go beyond the mind. Bring it about. So when we are studying texts like this 18th chapter or over the weekend, don't make it complicated. There's no complication. Don't overthink. We overthink. And that overthinking is because we understand it, but lack of integration of our personality is bringing about this overthinking. So that has to be curtailed. Or as the fire which is ignited by the friction of two sticks burns both the pieces and remains only as fire, or the sun goes to seize his reflection in water, then the reflection disappears along with his disk. Yeah? If the sun goes to the water, what will happen? The water will evaporate in 1 second, in microsecond, if that heat comes, isn't it? So when the reflection tries to know the original, what will happen? The reflection will vanish, isn't it? Along with the medium where it is reflecting. Along with the medium. And what is our medium right now? As a seeker, mind is our medium. But how long will it vanish along with the mind? How long will it vanish? Only temporarily. Only temporarily. Again waking will happen. Again dream will happen. You cannot stop it because that's the phenomena. That's why you see Mahatmas also sleeping, waking, asking for food. I am hungry, give me food. If they are Brahman, if they are all that there is, then why you are feeling hungry? The only way you can explain it is Leela. Play. Divine play. So we are not against expression of waves. Our goal is not to validate waves. Our goal is to realize there is only water. That there is only water. And once you have understood that there is only water, now take the position of the water and see what its disposition is. Is it against the waves? No. Is it against the ocean? No. From our point of view. But from his point of view, what is he? He doesn't care. He doesn't get elated if everything is silent. He doesn't feel the loss if something is expressing. Because whether something is expressing or not expressing, which is totality and individuality, wave and ocean, there is no change in the water. Whether wave or ocean are expressing or not expressing, manifesting or unmanifesting, water ever remains the same. That is exactly our position. Whether waking expresses, dream expresses, deep sleep expresses, nothing has changed. We must recognize we are the constant principle. The self is the constant principle. But we lose the plot. We lose the plot. We understand everything, but we lose the plot. And for that, big reason is we take only waking to be real. We take the other two, theek hai. We have to, either you take all the three to be real, or you take all the three to be ephemeral. If you take waking to be real, then equal validity has to be given to dream and sleep also. And how to do it? That's your problem, not our problem. You have given the validity to the waking. You have invested in the waking as this is my life. Then you invest similar thoughts, similar ideas, similar attachments, similar relationships in dream also. Continue every day. You must stop, just as you stop the waking today and you begin in the waking tomorrow from where you stopped. Correct? This is your way. You should do that in the dream also. एक तरफा नहीं चलेगा. You are living only 1/3. 1/3 you have accepted as real. 2/3 ठीक है. That is unreal. ऐसे नहीं चलेगा. So either if you can't do it, then have the magnanimity and the availability, not magnanimity, the benefit of the doubt, I should say. And probably that is why you are all here listening. And what is that? Okay, if I can't start the dream from where I stopped, then can I, like I give zero value to the dream? Is there a possibility I can give zero value to the waking? Now you are talking. And what is the process? Vaikhari Madhyama Pashyanti Para. Yes, you can. Like you don't give value to the dream, we can show you a way how to not give value to the waking also. And what will happen then? You will wake up to yourself. Okay. Where are we? Or as the sun goes to see his reflection in water, then the reflection disappears along with his disk. From 161st. तैसामी होऊनी देखते तो घेऊ जाय दृश्याते तेथ दृश्य ने तिथे दृष्टत्वेसी रवि अंधारु प्रकाशिता नुरेची जेवी प्रकाश्यता तेवी दृश्यी नाही द्रष्टृता मी जालिया मग देखिजे नान देखिजे ऐसी जे दशा निपजे ते दर्शन माझे साचोकारे ते भलतया ही किरीटी पदार्थाचिया भेटी द्रष्टृदृश्यातीता दृष्टी भोगितो सदा आणि आकाश हे आकाशे दाटले न ढळे जैसे मिया आत्मेन आपण पे तैसे झाले तया. He says in the 1161. So he who after becoming one with me, the Lord Krishna is saying, here he is taking the position of the absolute. He says, he who after becoming one with me goes to see the object, then the act of seeing as also the object to be seen disappear, meaning the seer is there. But now that seer, the Purusha, the person, he has realized that he is the infinite one. So now he is no longer a seer. Then what happens to the act of seeing and the seen? That is what we are talking about here. But the seer, see, thought is possible only where there is triputi. Experience is possible where there is experiencer, experienced and experiencing. Knower, known, knowledge. Seer, seen, seeing. Hearer, heard, hearing. Triputi is required. Subject, object and instrument of knowledge. Now the subject has discovered that he is the infinite. What will happen to the instrument of knowledge and the object? That Lord is addressing here. So what is he saying? He says, after becoming one with me. So who has become one with me? The seer, the seeker. Who is that? You and me. Don't keep it a concept. Yes, right now. He has become one with me. When he goes to see the object, then the act of seeing as also the object to be seen disappear. When he wakes up, once the mind again clicks in, because it's not that he wants to see, The seeker has come to abide in the divinity, in the absolute, but the phenomena will continue. When did that going? How did we bring about this dissolution and merging into the absolute? From manyness, we became single-pointed. From single-pointedness, we transcended. We went into para, and from that para took us to our essential nature. But how long? Just like you go into samadhi, you go into meditation, how long? So is samadhi equal to waking, dream or sleep? No. In samadhi there is no waking, in samadhi there is no dream, in samadhi there is no sleep. But how long you can be in samadhi? For whatever period you have practiced for, whatever your stamina is, for however long your mind can remain calm. Isn't it? But afterwards the mind again clicks in. So it was unmanifest, you were in samadhi, but when it becomes manifest, what do you see? You see again the world. But now we are going one step beyond samadhi. We are not taking samadhi as a state. So here we have come to abide. So if we are seeing the multiplicity of the world after meditation, which means we did not abide in our true self. Simple rule. If we have abided, what will happen after that? Then there is no seeing and there is no seen. There is no instrument of knowledge and there is no object of knowledge. Sorry, there is no instrument of knowledge. Yeah, instrument of knowledge is the senses and the mana buddhi chitta ahankar. Ahankar is there, but it is only the functional one. See? How long it will go? It will go on as long as the body is there. For whom? For us, we who are seeing him. What about the Mahatma? We cannot talk about him. Because he as a personality is no longer there. Very rare few people are there like that. Not every person is not like that. Every person in these clothes is not like that. Every sannyasi is not like that. Everyone who's giving lecture is not like that. And yet there are great masters. They don't have to do all this because they are not there. Yet the Lord takes that instrument and expresses through it. So great masters like Paramacharya, Chandrasekhar Saraswati of Kanchipuram, great Mahatma, absolutely abide. From a young age he was abiding in the self. But continued teaching, continued taking satsangs, continued traveling all over India. See? So, then the act of seeing as also the object to be seen disappear. As the sun sheds his light on the darkness, there remains no darkness on which to shed light. In the same way, the seeing agent does not remain separate from me to see the object. Because who is Lord? Who is divine if you want to use it at a phenomenal level? Who is Ishvara? What is water? Water is the Nimitta Karan and the Upadan Karan. Water is the material with which all the waves, world of waves is created. And what is the world? Totality, individuality, ocean and waves. And it is the creator of the waves also, ocean and... So he is both. And yet he is independent. Yet he is independent. See? So he is the material, he is the inspirer and he is the material. So which means he is both. So does he do it by willpower? No. He doesn't do it by willpower. This is where we get stuck. Because our intellect can only think, we can take the thinking to some extent, to a great extent. But a point comes, yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saha, where the words are not able to open any more doors. And the intellect or the mind, it is not able to comprehend anymore. Why? Why?
Because the truth is not an object to comprehend.
Yes, truth is not the object. So why the words are not able to open any more doors and mind is not able to comprehend? Because self is not an object to be perceived, to be known, to be realized. Then what is it? You are that. You are that. You are that. For that, all these examples were given before. That if the mirror is taken away, what happens to you? You continue to be. So if thinking stops, then what happens to you? You continue to be. If waker, dreamer, sleeper are of the nature of the phenomena, and you silence that phenomena through japa or what contemplation, does it mean that you are no more? With reference to the waking world, you are the waker. With reference to dream world, you are the dreamer. Now there is nothing. Both of them have dissolved. And you are awake. So you can't go to sleep also. Now what? Are you going to give validity to nothingness? Are you going to give validity to absence? Or are you... because the moment either there will be fear or you are looking for some reference, but there is no reference there. And that is why a person from samadhi comes out. Because he is looking for reference. His stamina to stay with himself is very minuscule. Just like you are in samadhi between two thoughts. So how long can you stay between two thoughts? Depends upon what your development integration is. But immediately we want to think, immediately want to imagine, immediately want to conceptualize, immediately we want to think of something in the past or something in the future. Immediately want to think of something to do or not do or pass a comment or whatever. So this Vaikari, the Madhyama Pashyanti Para is a process by which we learn to expand that gap consciously. So that is the technique that will bring about integrity. The more you are able to remain in silent, the more integrated your personality will be. And with that practice on one side, you listen to the satsang. That what is in that gap? Is it absence? Is it nothingness? Is it no thing? Is there something called no thing? Or when the last thought, Vaikhari Madhyama, when the last thought subsides, we have been using the word Pashyanti. But to go to Samadhi, you bypass the Pashyanti. If you are awake in Pashyanti, you are in Samadhi. If you are awake in Pashyanti, you are in Samadhi. And who are you? Now I'm taking a different take on it. So in Pashyanti, if you are awake, you are in Samadhi. Then what is Para? Para is that who is unaffected by these three. A different way I'm putting it across. Para is that. Para means the Param, that which is beyond, which is transcendental, absolute, unaffected, untouched. You are that. In the same way, the seeing agent does not remain separate from me to see the object. So, at the phenomenal level, if we want to say, not forget phenomena, what phenomena is that? Lord's disposition is, He is the seer also, He is the seen also. Isn't it? What did example? He is the seer and He is the seen. He is the subject also and He is the object also. Isn't that your experience also? You are the waker also and you are the waking world also. How did you know that? Because I know the dreamer and I know the dream world. And where were they? Both inside me. Both of them were inside me. So you know the subject as well as the object. So whatever the dreamer was seeing, hearing, touching, feeling, tasting, thinking, seeking, whatever. He was seeing the seen, he was hearing the heard, he was touching the touched, he was seeking the divine, the idea of divine. Everything I know. Who? The waker. The waker knows everything, both the subject and the object. It knows the instrument also which were being used. And what is the value he gives them? Zero. What is the value which ocean gives? The water gives to the wave and ocean? Zero. What is the value that you give? Too much. Too much. Too much value. See. So when he becomes one with the divine, he gets the divine vision. And what is the divine vision? I alone am. I am the. What is the divine vision? I am the seer also. I am the seen also. This is, we are putting in words for you. Or Gita is putting it in words, or Gyaneshwari Maharaj is putting it in words. So, if I am the seer and I am the seen, what is it called? It's called Leela. It is called play. It's the divine play. Everything is happening but nothing is happening. Think. And this is the conclusion that Lord Krishna is bringing us to. This state, which is not the result of seeing or not seeing, is my real vision. Coming to this point, you can't come, it has to happen. How it has to happen? Remember the two sticks burning and it is getting confused? You have to do that. Bring that about inside of you. As long as you are an individual, that is the only way. This is the real vision. So it is, what is this? It is not there is no cause and effect here. There is no cause and effect. Which is not a result of seeing or not seeing. So which means abiding in the self is not the result of Vaikhari. It's not the result of Madhyama. It is not the result of Pashyanti. It is Para. Para means it is self-existing. Gold is ever existing. It is not because the ornament was melted, now I got the gold. Even if it was not melted, gold was still. Because I did sadhana, therefore I am in meditation. Wrong conclusion. Because I attended satsang, because I was in communication, in proximity to a realized master, so I came to know myself, so I came to know the self. Because I studied Bhagavad Gita, so I came to know myself. Because I studied Upanishads, so I came to know self. Wrong conclusions. You are creating cause and effect. Inert has become the cause, and the consciousness that you are has become the effect. Total opposite ho gaya conclusion. So who are you then? Who are you? Beyond cause and effect. So you are beyond manifestation and unmanifestation. Our scriptures say manifestation is the effect, unmanifestation is the cause. Deep sleep is the cause, waking and dream is the effect. Understand? Non-apprehension, ignorance is the cause, and misapprehension, projection is the effect. But who are you? You are transcendental to both. You are para. You are other than, untouched, unaffected, uninfluenced by that which is coming and going. You are that. And this is the real vision that Bhagavan says is the real vision of me. He who has known me as their self in this manner has truly known. See. O Arjuna, he retains this vision when he comes across any visible object and enjoys this state which transcends the seeing agent and the object to be seen. He retains this vision. Once, if you have never tasted sugar, you don't know what it is. I can give you a good. You can. All philosophers, all PhD fellows don't know anything, but they write papers. They write papers. It's all imagination only. But okay, they are bringing conclusions, but they have got no direct experience of it. Once you have direct experience of it, do you need to write papers? If the whole world is against you, will it change your conclusion? If someone comes and says, hey, sugar is salty. If the whole world says sugar is salty, you know it is sweet. Yes, but another way you can look at it. Kaise? Sugar, sweet is only a word, salty is only a word. How does it matter if these idiots want to hear that sweet is salt? I'll say yes, it is salty. समझ गए क्या बोल रहे हैं? It does not matter. It does not matter because all words are incomplete anyway. So how does it matter? How does it matter if water is called water, or it is called tanni, or is it called jala, or it is called apaha? All these are in Indian languages. But it is water only. No, but the two people are arguing. No, it is like this, it is like this, it is like this, and what? See? No insistence. ठीक है. Because outside ठीक है, it's okay, but inside you know. Because that taste of sugar, as many people, that many names will be given to it. But what its direct experience is, that you have had. That you have had. So once we have had that direct experience with the Absolute, then whether mind is functional, is manifesting or unmanifesting, it does not affect. You don't forget it. Forget means mind gets pervaded by it. Meaning, once you have access, you have come to know the pure self, the absolute self, then no ignorance is possible. Once sun has come up, no darkness is possible. No darkness is possible. But remember, from the phenomenal point of view, from a seeker's point of view, this is the argument we may put. But then tomorrow again sunset will happen, then again night will come, again tomorrow sunrise will happen. But then do you get affected when the night comes? Do you say that sun is not? You know, sun is it somewhere else. But here, that is physical sun. But here we are talking about the subjective sun. And when we come to that, then where is the movement? The movement is in the mind. Movement is in the mind. The change is in the mind. The change is in the mind. You are not affected. Till you completely abide, you will be aware of the change. Where you become aware that you are not the change, anahat. And as you keep building up, you come to the Sahasrara and beyond. Sahasrara is the Hiranyagarbha. You have to go beyond. And once you come there, then it does not matter. Whatever is or is not, it's not your concern anymore after that. And therefore, here he says, "O Arjuna, he retains his vision when he comes across any visible object." So, eyes are seeing the objects. Job of eyes to see the forms and colors, isn't it? But where is your attention? Is your attention in becoming the seer? Because seer is with reference to the seen. Seer is with reference to the seen. But where are you? You are not the seer, nor you are the seen. Where are you? You are abiding in the continuous abidance in the self. Just as you know there is a dreamer and dream world, similarly you know there is a waker and waking world. Then who is the waker? Waker is that phenomenal I, the functional I which I was talking about. It's at the phenomenal level. It will continue. It will continue. How long will it continue? Till this body is to continue. How long is this body to continue? As long as it is meant to continue. Whatever program it has come with. Krishna also came with a program that he has, and that program worked itself out, but throughout his life, he never forgot who he was. He ever remained abiding in his essential self. And in this entire Bhagavad Gita, we have seen, for the sake of Arjuna, who can have this fantastic vision of Karma Yogi. Karma Yogi is from body point of view. Devotee, Bhakti Yogi is from the mind point of view. Then Jnana Yogi is from the intellect point of view. Then Gunatita Yogi, who has gone beyond the three gunas. Now Moksha Sannyas, the one who has sannyas means renunciation. He has given up the renunciation of liberation also. So, who can put across his abidance, his essential nature, which is everyone's essential nature? He has, without forgetting, he has come down to that level of Arjuna's understanding in order to teach him. Don't we do the same when children are playing? I also get on the floor, I also tease them, I also play with them, I also cry like them. I wanted, Amma, look, she's not giving it to me. She's saying, this is so. But you come down to that level. You don't try to teach them, or they're playing, you play. No, you have to behave like this, you have to behave like that. Let the parents do it. I don't do it. See? So you come down to the level, and then lift them out. So if someone comes with a big problem, issue in their life, just, no, there is no issue, you are the self. It's not going to work. So what do? You come down to their level. How do you come down? You say, I have got more issues than you. Or you bring some example, someone who had issues, and you say, this is how that person came out, transcended the issue. You give one example, second example, third example. Has it ever happened to you that you have come out of your issues? Then that person becomes inspired. Hey, how can others only come out? I have also come out. He starts going into past. Instead of looking only at the negative, he starts looking at the positive. Same thing I was telling you. Same thing we are saying. You know how to effortlessly glide into sleep. It's your data. It's nothing new. It's your data. It's your experience. You know how to consciously dissolve everything. Meaning, you know the rule there is, you don't dissolve anything. You remain focused on your goal and the dissolution happens. You understand? So same way, when people like this come, you tell them, they become inspired. Yeah, I did this, I did that, I came out of this problem, slowly, he becomes inspired and he forgets his problem. See? Then what happened there? He had just forgotten his ability. He had forgotten that he has the capacity to come out. Here, Krishna is telling Arjuna, he is reminding him. Bhagavad Gita is reminding us who have forgotten. If we are still objective in our approach, it's telling, Arey, stop. Restart. See? O Arjuna, he retains this vision when he comes across any visible object and enjoys this state which transcends the seeing agent and the object to be seen. As the sky does not slip, being all pervasive, so he remains unshaken. The entire creation of construction, maintenance, and destruction is happening in this universe. Sky is not affected. If sun is having a solar flare, space is sky or akash, the space, it is not ठीक है थोड़ी देर में ठंडा हो जाएगा. Why? It doesn't even give a heed to it. Because how big is the sky compared to the total physical universe? Or how big is the physical universe compared to the total sky? This you won't find anywhere in books. Only our Shastras tell. A speck. If the Akash is space is 100%, the total physical creation, meaning all galaxies and universe, whatever, multiple universe, past, present, future universe, everything put together. How big is it? A tiny speck, meaning 0.000 to the times of infinite 1. And that is told. Where is the whole creation? It is a speck on the right toenail of Narayana. A speck. What is the validity of all the oceans and waves on the water? How much space are they occupying? How much space is the ocean and the wave occupying on the infinite waters? If you can answer that, see, this is the beauty of our scriptures. And this is our nature. And what are we caught in? Being the body, being the father, being the mother, being the husband, being sick and healthy. And who are we? The infinite one, the unchanging one. This is the first verse, Vishwam Darpana Virishyamana Nagari. In that verse, this is this is exactly what is going to be more. We will see the commentary there. It just takes you in. But this is also good. If it clicks here, if it doesn't click here, it will click. Hopefully, it will click over the weekend. If it doesn't click there, next Wednesday, next Thursday. The journey goes on. If it is not clicking, it is not the fault of the Bhagavad Gita. It's not the fault of the teacher. It's only our fault of our inability to be available to the subject itself. We are still thinking, we are still working out, we are still thinking what I have to do. We are still objective. As the sky does not slip being all pervasive. So this Mahatma, this seeker, he has merged into the absolute divine, into Krishna consciousness. Krishna is all pervasive in nature. Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma. So the seeker also has got no independent identity now. He cannot say, oh, I touched the infinite and I came back. Nobody has touched infinite and come back. The wave cannot touch the water and realize the water and then come back. If it keeps the wave identity and then merges, because there is no free will, it was not seeking also, then it will wake up again to be the wave. This is what is happening to us. But if we merge, then he says that just as the sky is pervasive and it is inclusive of everything, but it is not disturbed by anything in its womb. It's not because where is the whole universe? In the sky, in the space. And space is unaffected. Space means that which accommodates. What does it accommodate? The entire universe. Where is the entire universe? How do you know the entire universe? Mental space. So where is the outside space? In the space. Where is the entire universe? In the outside space. Where is the space? In your mind. Just like the dream space, the dream world is in your mind, waking is also in your mind only. Just as the dreamer was experiencing the dream world as separate to him, like you are experiencing the world separate to yourself, the dreamer woke up and realized that it was only a dream. You have to wake up from waking. Then you will also have zero value to this one. Then why does dream come again? Because you only woke up partially, you didn't wake up completely. Because waking is also phenomena. So from dream you woke up. So from waking you can go into samadhi, but that's also partial abidance. So therefore when you come out of samadhi, again the world is there. So yes, you did, but partial. It was not complete dissolution. You went from the manifest to the unmanifest mind. Therefore you went into samadhi. What we are talking about is dissolving or destroying the ignorance once and for all. To destroy ignorance, going into unmanifestation is not enough. Unmanifestation is Pashyanti. Remaining awake in Pashyanti is Samadhi. We want to go to Para. So once we go to Para, there is no darkness there. There is no unmanifest. So once you go to Para, you are beyond manifestation and unmanifestation. Ignorance expresses as manifestation and unmanifestation. Call that ignorance as Maya. Call that ignorance as non-apprehension. Call that ignorance as self forgetfulness. It leads to projection of the phenomena. Now we are not into that. We are going beyond that. Let the phenomena be there or not there. Who cares? As the sky does not slip being all pervasive, so he remains unshaken. And where is the space? Space is your attention on this book is on the pages and the hardcover. But the space is pervading in this, in and through. But you don't have the eye to see it. The space is pervading this laptop, this phone, this lamp, this floor, this building. Everything is pervaded by space. But your attention is too gross. We have to make it subtle, then we have to make it finer and finer and finer. See? So when it is gross, you will see only gross. But now, because you are seekers, you can appreciate this thought that the space is pervading everything and yet it is independent of everything. And from space point of view, creation is zilch, zero. Minuscule, insignificant from space's point of view. If you are conscious space, if your nature is conscious space, Chidabhas, you are the conscious reality, what will be your view about the creation and that creation expressing as manifestation, waking and dream, unmanifestation, deep sleep? What will be your take of it? No take, because you are not available to it. You allow everything to happen. Why one? From space's point of view, so many universes, so many galaxies, so many solar systems are happening. Day and nights are happening so many places, not one place. Because so many suns must be there. So same way, Sahasra Shirsha Purusha, from that absolute vision, it's nothing is happening, yet everything is happening, and everything is inclusive. Everything is inclusive. Nothing is outside the self. Your experience is everything is, world is outside. Your experience is world is outside. Your experience is not the world is inside me. This shift has to happen. Then, once we accept that the world is happening inside of me, then merging may be possible. This shift has to happen. This is the inverted vision that we are saying. Anyway, so here he says, and therefore the space remains unshaken, undisturbed, uninfluenced, being, and the seeker remains merged with the self. We start from 166th verse from next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Hari Om, Hari Om.